It was an inner city game. So whenever you have the inner city games, you don't have to say too much to get your team going. We just knew that Lanier had been having some early season success, and we played in a tough region, so we knew that things wasn't going our way in our region, and we came off a tough loss against Buford. All we wanted to do was just get back focused. So we got back focused. Still had some mistakes. We had 3 touchdowns called back. Got down to the 1-yard line one time. I tried to get a guy in the end zone who I thought deserved a touchdown. Ended up backfiring. Ball was snapped over his quarterback head, so we can get a point out of that. Got down to the 3 and had a holding call. So that's that we missed a field goal. So it was about maybe 31 or 35 points that was left on the field that we didn't get. So we still got a lot of work to do, but I was glad with the effort. Anyone who's been watching Montgomery football this season, Lee's probably the most explosive team in the city, if not the state. Coach Rogers does a great job preparing those guys. Coach Dickerson, their offensive coordinator, has those guys roll. They're athletic all across the board on both sides. Their defensive front is very active. I don't believe that they're as big as they were last year, but they're probably more active. Don't got to say too much again. For us, it's pretty much like redemption week. Every year I've been at Jeff Davis and I've played him, it's always been a one possession game. First 2 years, we were the team that came out on top. This past year, they got us. But what most people don't understand about Lee is that they're very talented, but they're also well coached, and they can beat you in a physical game or the mental game. Coach Rogers and his staff, they got a couple of guys who'll get you going before the game. So you got to make sure that you're prepared and that hey, don't buy into all that. Just stay focused. I think, if we do that, we'll be all right.
I think going to that game, anytime you're able to play a city game, that the rivalry is there because all these guys, all these young men know each other and they talk during the all season. So, it's always going to be a tough, despite the fact that Carver hadn't had the type of success, that no indication of what type of team they have, what type of team they're coached. Coach Gadsden does an outstanding job over there coaching those young men. I know a lot of those coaches over there, so I knew they were going to come in well coached. And those guys came out and had a great game plan. They came out and played well. We kind of sputtered defensively, and they put up some points. But again, they did. That's why they're coaches. They did an outstanding job. So offensively, we continued to put up some points. We sputtered coming out the gate early with the first couple possessions, but soon after that, we were able to kind of get some momentum going our way. Offensively, defensively, we caused some problems with the run. They were able to run the ball some and then gave up some big plays. That's some of the things that we got to eliminate if we're going to have some technical success. The special teams, we lost the special teams, so gratefully we were able to come out on the offensive end and we had some key stops in the game. We had a couple of interceptions, one for a touchdown by Edward Johnson, that was big, and we had a couple other interceptions by Antonio Ballard and Kevontae Ruggs. So those guys did some good things. We needed those stops at those particular times. So that game, real explosive. I'm just happy that we were able to come out on the positive end of that, but we have so many things that we had to clear up. Definitely, they have the capability, they have the football players over there to be able to put up some points, and we definitely have to have an opportunity to get here. We have to tackle better. We can't give up the big plays because, again, they're an outstanding football team. I know that they're well coached. Coach Carver does an outstanding job over there, him and his coaching staff. We know it's going to be a tough game. It's been nip and tuck every year we played those guys. It's come down to the wire, and I don't expect anything else different. And, have an opportunity to play in this game. As an alumni elite, I know the impact of this game. I know what it means. I know the rivalry that goes on. For us, it's almost like a small version of Alabama-Auburn game. So we have to get up and we have to play good football because those guys are going to be they're going to be ready to play. I know Coach Carter and how he's going to get those guys going. So we have to exceed their intensity when they're coming in the game, and we just have to focus on us. Don't get carried away with the moment and try to play outside ourselves. Just understand that just go out there and do the things we've been coached to do, and I think the game is going to be an outstanding game. So we're just looking forward to having this opportunity to play against Jeff Davis this week.
Well, I told you last week they were a really good team, regardless of their record, and they were, and they still are. They have some really talented guys, but we treated that trip like a playoff trip. That was kind of the mentality that we wanted to focus our kids' attention on. Handling a trip like that, getting on a charter bus, stopping to eat, all those things that you do on a long trip, and being able to stay focused on the game. I thought our kids did a great job of that. We started really well in the game. I'm really proud of the way we performed. They did what we asked them to do. We told them it was a business trip, and we had some business to take care of, and I thought our kids, performed well. But we're just continuing to work on us, number one. But Carver has a really good football team, and again, they're 1-5, but that's deceiving. They've played every game has been a close game. They've played some really good teams that they've lost to. Their schedule was big time front loaded, and so we know we're going to get their best shot. They still have a chance to win the region. They're 1-1 in the region, so this is a big game, and our kids have to understand that this is a good team and their back is against the wall. They need a good performance. They got a lot of things going right now. They don't want this will. If they lose, they're going to have a losing season. They still have an opportunity to win the region. It's we've beat them twice in a row. They have a lot of motivation in this ball game. So we've got to come out and play. They're a very talented team. They're well coached. They have a plan, and they obviously can exploit things that they see on film. They changed a little bit last week and started throwing it, like you said, and we're very successful with it. So we've had to prepare, a couple of different game plans for what they've done over the last 2 or 3 games, and we expect to get their best shot Thursday night. Thursday night, Carver and Park Crossing. That's a big-time crosstown rivalry. Big region game. We need all the support we can get. It's going to be a great ball game between 2 good teams. Let's pack the bowl.
This Friday night, 7 o'clock, we'll be back in action. It's the battle at the bowl against Lee High School. Come on and support your Jeff Davis Volunteers.
Come out and support your Lee Generals this Friday night. The battle at the bowl, Lee versus Jeff Davis, a long-time rivalry with a lot of history. Come out and support your Lee Generals.